What's up guys, Bonsai here from Chialovingbonsai, back again to give you guys another guide. And today I will give you a guide on how to play Grakk and use him at his full potential. So I will go through these key points today: abilities, strengths, weaknesses, combos, where in a team Grakk fits, item build, and also how to play Grakk. So let's start with Grakk's abilities. Grakk's passive, Blood Ritual. Whenever Grakk receives damage equal to more than 10% of his current HP in a single blow, he triggers an explosion, dealing magic damage to enemies within 500 units. This has a 2-second cooldown. Grakk will also trigger an explosion 3 seconds after his death, dealing magic damage within 500 units. Grakk's first ability, Earthquake. Grakk stomps, dealing magic damage to enemies within range and reducing their movement speed by 30% for 2 seconds. Enemies closer to Grakk will take double damage and their movement speed will be further reduced. Grakk's secondary ability, Devil's Chain. Grakk throws a hook to pull the first enemy hit towards him, dealing magic damage. After this ability has been learned, Grakk's maximum HP will be increased by 125 for each kill or assist. This stacks up to 20 times. Grakk's ultimate ability, World Devourer. After a short delay, Grakk pulls enemies in front of him, stunning them and dealing magic damage during the pull. Grakk also gains a shield if the ability hits at least one enemy. This ability must be channeled and has a maximum duration of 3 seconds. Moving or using another ability after 1.2 seconds of channeling will interrupt this ability. Now that we know what Grakk can do, we can see that he is a tank who deals magic damage. Grakk is most famous for his hook, which makes him able to catch an enemy far away, pull them close and let his team finish them off. If you make a correct hook, it will be really hard for the enemy team to protect the hero that got hooked. Grakk also got a really strong ultimate ability. If timed right, you can get at least 3 enemies at the same time stuck. But be aware, if you get stunned, the ult ends. Another thing that many people underestimate about Grakk is his passive. When you take damage, he will deal damage. So many times if you go close to an enemy with low health, your passive can kill the enemy, even if your abilities doesn't do enough damage. Also try to get as many assists as possible early on, because your second ability's passive give you extra health for kills and assists. And it is very easy to just get a lot of assists instead of trying to get a lot of kills. Now Grakk's biggest weakness is he needs a team. He doesn't do enough damage to kill an enemy alone, except under tower when the tower then deals damage. He also have very high cooldowns, so you will have to use your abilities carefully. And if you play against a Grakk, you can punish him if you see he miss a hook or already used his ultimate ability. You can do some damage on him without taking any yourself. Grakk's basic combo is first hook an enemy with your second ability. Then use your first ability to slow the enemy down. Then you use the ultimate ability because it has a delay but it still have pretty decent range. Another combo that works even better is if you use the talent Daze. If you use your hook first, then use your talent Daze and after that use the ultimate ability. If you are fast enough, you can make it impossible for your enemy to get away, but it will require practice to make this combo right. Grakk is a team player. He got a hook to help his team catch enemies and finish them off one by one. He also got an ultimate ability, which makes Grakk able to disable multiple enemies at the same time, and if used right can turn the tide of a team fight. So Grakk would fit in a team who are team fight based or have a lot of burst damage. So when Grakk land a hook, the enemy either get caught and can't get away, or your team burst the enemy down so fast they can't even react. Also have a secondary tank would do great for Grakk, because he is a hybrid of a mage and tank, and there is a limit on how much damage Grakk actually can take. So the question comes, how do you play Grakk? Grakk is mainly a tank that deals a small amount of damage, but you want to use the most of his abilities, because crowd control is what makes Grakk strong, and also his unique hook that no other hero have gives Grakk an extra edge in battle. So the support role is what I found most successful, because he is a playmaker as a hero, and Grakk is also good at defending teammates because of his low cooldown on his first ability and his passive that continuously deal damage. And that's it for this video. If you have watched this far, I thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this guide and also learned something new. I read every comment, so if you have anything on your mind, just put your comments down below. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. As possible. Remember, Nacroft is not a team fighter. He rather wants control of the map and farm, so you should really focus on the objectives while playing Nacroft. In late game you want to keep control of the map, but you want to avoid team fights. Nacroft can't take much damage, and if you're in the middle of a team fight, you will have a hard time to avoid damage from mages and other carries. If a team fight now happens, which will happen in some point of the game,